Evil Dead Rise is a 2023 film, and it is the sixth film within this Evil Dead franchise, including the 1978 short film written and directed by Sam Raimi, which is titled Within the Woods, which is the stepping off point for this franchise, beginning with the 1981 film titled The Evil Dead, which spawned Evil Dead 2 in 1987, Army of Darkness in 1992, and the Evil Dead remake in 2013. I'm excluding Ash vs. Evil Dead, the television series, because I think that season 1 was good because there wasn't too much filler, even though it ended on a cliffhanger, as TV shows tend to do. Season 2, I couldn't make it past the first episode, and then I heard the show got canceled and ended on a cliffhanger, so there that is. Now on to Evil Dead Rise. I don't know what this is. I don't think this film is in order with any other film within this franchise. I believe this film to be its own separate thing. Like, there's no Ash in this film, there's no mention of any of the previous films in here, and it takes place in a high rise apartment building, and so the setting is new. There are so many characters in this film. We have the estranged sister, we have the mother, we have the older brother, we have the little sister, and we have the older sister, and we get to learn something about each of them. And I really like that because it's like when the shit hits the fan, we're on the edge of our seats because we care about these characters. But I also feel like that could be the film's downfall because the film does feel slow and or boring at times compared to the 2013 Evil Dead remake, which has a lot more gore. I feel the narrative in Evil Dead Rise's story takes the driver's seat over the gore because it feels like the gore is taking the passenger side, and now there's nothing wrong with that. I just wish this film had utilized some of its characters more, like I ultimately did end up caring about the main characters. I just feel like we have these side characters in here who have these interesting setups. Like, for example, there's this boy who likes the older sister, and the payoff to that is horrible. He's cannon fodder, and that's it. Like, I really wish this film had the direction of Rec 2, for example. Like, you have a group of kids who go on these adventures throughout the building, they bond, and they form relationships. And then, within a drawn out moment, they get killed, and then we sob and cry. And I feel like this movie misses that opportunity because the film does nothing with these side characters, which I felt was disappointing because there could have been so many more layers added to this story, especially when you know that certain characters aren't dying because the film will go far, but not that far. And so I feel like it's difficult to build suspense within a story when you only have a finite amount of characters to do that with. And so, in conclusion, I feel like the movie is good. It's just that I feel the story and the gore could have been executed a little better. I did enjoy the little Easter eggs that were scattered throughout the film. Like, for example, we have our classic chainsaw and double barrel shotgun moment. The chainsaw felt a little random, but the shotgun did make sense to me. I also loved how they executed the whole scenario of, oh, we found these demonic recordings, and you have this one person who is obsessed with the book, even though the book tells them to stay away with all these warning signs. I also love the sound design in this film. I think the sound design and the sound of listening to those recordings is extremely creepy. I also love how they put a little spin on certain scenes where I feel like this film is mimicking the original film, but it's going about it in its own way. Like, for example, there's an elevator scene that slightly mimics the tree situation from the original film, and I just love that kind of stuff. And so overall, I enjoyed the film. It could have been worse, could have been better, and for the ending, I don't care about the ending of this film. That's all I have to say.